I just saw a license plate that said Bean Doc, DOC. Like, he's a bean doctor. But apparently, being a bean doctor pays pretty well because dude is driving what was that? A fucking Audi. It looked like $100,000 vehicle, easy, maybe more. Um, I think what the problem with the world is that they don't understand that indoctrination is not a hard sell. This is why, but it's insidious and it's slow, and this is why Gates and those other goobers are winning, because I believe that not only are your cell phones emitting frequencies of vibrations that are deleterious and manipulative to the human brain and body, but that we are also getting wrong information. You get it like 24/7 too. Hey, look, I'm addicted to technology big time. Shorts, YouTube shorts, I think there's nothing better. You could kill a days with that. But you got to remember, some of those things are just bullshit, wrong. Most of them are just opinion. Anything that speculates about the past or whatever, who knows? Hey, Joe Rogan, we have met, and so you're all right. But why are you so stupid, dude? How is it that you could have all these fucking guests on there that are telling you what's up, and you're just not picking up what they're laying down? Why is it you're just now coming to the conclusion? Look, I was more of a hardcore Democrat in 2019 than anybody. I was fucking bought, paid for, hook, line, and sinker. This shit, I believed it. I bought it. But then the pandemic happened, and my eyes were opened. Once they're opened, it's not pleasant, but it's not like I can close them again. I can't lull myself back into the same stupid thinking that, oh yeah, really, everything's fine. Yeah, fuck. I guess if you're making a couple hundred mil from Spotify or whatever, things are all right, eh? Anyway, all the things that they talk about in the past, I think a lot of them are probably valid and true, but nobody knows for sure. And so we can only go by our best instinct, really. And just like old archaeology has been proven to be fallible, along with every other science, well, I'm sure the new interpretation of building blocks on Earth is going to be wrong every once in a while, too. Unbelievably, I'm not really a religious person, but I do believe that a lot of the Christians are hitting it right on the head because, for one thing, Hollywood, I don't believe they believe in Satan. What I do believe is they believe in the rituals, and it's driving the fucking hardcore right Christian wing over sideways. So, and I know that they're fucking demented enough to do all that blood drinking, flesh eating bullshit. There's some whack people in Hollywood. Right, Joe? Anyway, uh, now Christians believe it. They're the ones that believe what they say. But it doesn't matter. You could have the same amount of dedication in both directions. Well, I think they're probably getting closer to the thing because it's not whether aliens or demons or people, but there is a war, a spiritual war between light and dark going on, and I think it washes across us like the current in the ocean on a bed of sea anemones, or the wind blowing the wheatgrass in Montana, or whatever, you know. We all kind of bend that same way and go there, and then we go back the other way. Well, cell phones, though, they don't leave a lot of. They they don't leave a lot of room for doubt. They're trying to sell their thing, whatever it is, and so they are pushy, and people are gullible. And for me, I got out of it quick enough because Tracy and I were already dislodged from our home. We'd already had this shift from normal life, and so we were pliable for that. We were open to a change anyway. Well, now I'm glad that my eyes are open, except that the problem is that we could all have open eyes, and then when it's all said and done, you'll go home and I won't. So that's a bummer. Um, the one thing that fucking all the idiots in the world could agree on is COVID and hate the homeless. Really? Do we got to be as bad as some despicable mythical germ? And why the homeless? Let me tell you something. They, most of the people like you're seeing playing around over in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and all this, the people that they're portrayed as these fentanyl sucking fucking crazy zombie motherfuckers, they're not really homeless because nobody can live like that long. Um, if that was the case of natural selection, they would soon die out. But there are such a thing as crisis actors, people that portray disaster attendees, and the government does pay them. Besides, if you get a bunch of people all strung out on shit, it's easy to give them a few kibbles just so they'll go along with your program. But, I mean, we should be turned around as a country. Instead of looking down at people, we should be trying to help them up. Think about this. How many homeless people do you think there are? Well, 2, 5 million across the country? Oh, everyone will go, no. It's easily that much, probably 10. If you bought every one of those people a little fucking shack somewhere, you would still not have half the amount that Joe Biden has spent in Ukraine, which I could give a flying fuck about. And of course, it's also easy to demonize homeless people because the people, I don't like them either. I'm not sure I even like me, but it's not because of some scandalous, irresponsible social behavior. It's just because I hate the fact that you made me hard. We need to get our shit to, instead of being divided, this thing about undoing everything that we have done. We were striving for racial equality, and now woke is made what? It turned that around. Okay, then you have racial inequality. You know, how is that a betterment? And products and services are fucking for the dogs now. Woke means no work. That's what woke is. Kids are walking around on their phone. They're totally obsessed. Look, if you step off of Laurel Canyon at Victory at 5 p.m. on a Friday night and you can't pull your fucking stupid head out of the phone, don't cry when a bus comes along and clocks you about 300 feet into a light pole. Because then you're just, it's just a bad DNA, the gene pool shark getting it. But we and there's plenty of people that have plenty to offer. We need to stop letting the spy fucks and the sappers integrate into our society and take us away from what we were. Do you know another country that is letting whole entire groups of people into their country to change the racial demographic? Really? That is insane. When is the country going to admit Joe Biden is not an incompetent president? He does know what he's doing. He is succeeding. That motherfucker is a spy from the chinks, and he's fucking getting us all. I, you know, I don't care if people think that I'm racially insensitive anymore. Don't come over to our house and shit on the floor in the front room. That fucking ain't cool, man. Uh, don't knock down a wall and just walk in when we don't want you. Don't come in and tell me that the words that I'm using for language are fucking wrong and the opposite ones mean what they mean. And this thing about cops and the DOJ and everything, we are worse than a lawless country. When they talk about banana republic, they talk about meaning that they can get troops in to pull people out of their homes in the middle of the night. And we have backed all those kinds of people. If people don't rush to our aid, I wonder fucking why. We've been the scumbags. Nobody's been attacking us. We've been the one. Because if we let our folks know what we're really doing around this country, or around the world, the politicians would be in trouble. As long as they keep our stupid dumbass in a fucking tennis match, watching the ball, then we're just never going to get right. And it turns out, if you're watching that tennis match for too long, someone will come up, they'll steal your car, they'll steal your money out of your pocket, they'll steal the clothes off you while you're sitting there watching, they'll steal your old lady, and then they'll steal your life. And that's really what we're facing. So, yeah, the digital age has not necessarily been that much benefit, although it's very addicting. I mean, I get it. But there's times to lull and there's time to move. And we have mistaken the season. It is time to move. It's time to do something. To do nothing is easy. To do something is hard. But it's time to do something. So that's my fucking uptake for the day. Howdy do.